Hola amigos, from Ajijic here in the Plaza, making another video. I'm not going to make videos every weekend from the Plaza, but I just come down here years ago after I started my YouTube channel. After I started it 4 years ago, just come make a lot of videos over here. So I got away from it for a while. Now I'm back and I'm doing some here, but I'm going to be putting out some other videos, e-bike videos. I was going to do that earlier today, but I'll tell you more why I didn't. But I did visit a friend of mine, his son's bike. They love to let me use their bike, and I use their bike, and that's the one I've been using to make e-bike videos like in the last year or so. So I'll get some of those up. And I just didn't do it today. I wasn't feeling good for a couple days, so I was really feeling out of it. I thought I might have had the symptoms of Montezuma's revenge, but I'm not sure if it was that. And I went to a friend of mine's, got his blood pressure monitor, started taking my blood pressure. Last couple days it dipped. One time it dipped it to 89 over 60 or 60 something. And I started getting afraid, you know, it's pretty low. And then I let it subside, I started taking it again, it was getting better. And I put that video up for you guys to see. But I am feeling a lot better than I did the last couple days. This morning I woke up, was feeling a lot better. And I'll tell you, I was out of it for a couple days. I was like, last night, I had been staying in the house, or in the apartment actually, for a while, and I decided last night, I didn't have any food left in the refrigerator. I'll go out, go to Scallions, maybe see some of my friends. Maybe I'll begin to feel better by going out and getting some fresh air, and listen to some great music. They have great music there at Scallions, really great food, and sit around with some of my friends. But as I was driving over there, I was just a little bit nauseous, and I had some nausea, and I just said, I'll pass that up, I'll get there when I feel better. But went over to Pasta Trenta's and have a good, great meal. Pasta Trenta. Wow, I'll tell you a little bit about Pasta Trenta. When I first came here in 2019, I lived at an Airbnb for 6 weeks on Constitution when Pasta Trenta was just a little, tiny little restaurant. And that's how I discovered it, because I'd walk down the street. But they went on to, like, the following year, moved to the Carretera Highway in a bigger place. They were there for a few years, and now they're a little bit west here in Ajijic, and they got another big place. But food is great there. I did order something, but I was still feeling not too well, so I just took a few bites, took the rest of it home, ate it today. I started feeling better this morning, and enjoyed that delicious meal. But yeah, there's different videos I'm going to be doing. For those who aren't aware, I went to my first art class that last week. I was talking about it. It's in Jocotepec at the Cultural Center, and I was talking about it in other videos almost a year ago, and maybe earlier this year. But I was up in the States for 7 months, and I stayed a little longer, so now I went to that first art class. And going there, I didn't have anything. I didn't know whether to bring a sketch pad. I do have a sketch pad, I just didn't bring one. And it's going to be acrylics. Painting, I'm going to learn how to paint. I never learned how to paint with paint. So I'm going to get a board. I was told to get certain brushes to use for acrylic paint. They have the acrylic paint there, and they supply that. Now, I have to get a board, get some brushes, and maybe if I want, I can get a piece of canvas. I'm going to try to transfer one of my drawings onto the canvas or the board. Let's see how I do. So also to get a compass, and yeah, and some brushes. And I think I'll probably pick up a ruler with that, but right away it told me to pick up a compass. And I used to use a compass on some of my drawings. So yeah, I really love art. When I first came here, I continued what I was doing when I was in Cuernavaca and San Miguel, and it just grew. when I came to Ajijic, but since I have the YouTube channel, I really haven't done much. I also want to tell you that it's a great exhibit, sculpture exhibit. Over here it's Cultural Center. You hear little snap pops. Those are little things that kids are playing with. They're not firecrackers and they're not dangerous, but kids are playing with them. They're having a lot of fun, a lot of family over here, a lot of people over here, Mexican residents and some expats. I don't see any expats out here now, but about an hour ago, I was sitting and talking with a couple expats I never knew before, and they were from Canada. I noticed they had Canada pins, and I said, you know, I'm from Detroit. I'm right across from Canada, and I've been up to Canada, and I've been up traveling, and all along the lake. I went up to the Bruce Peninsula because he told me he was from Sarnia. Now, his wife is from Nova Scotia, but this gentleman I met, him and his wife tonight, he's from Sarnia. Sarnia is 60 miles from me. So what I did is, I said, I know someone from Sarnia that's been living here for years. And I told him the man's name, how to find the man. He's a realtor, and he's a really good man. He used to work for one company, and then he's transferred to another company. So I told him the name of the company and how he can find that realtor. But these people have been owning a house here for 4 years already. Their parents, the man's parents, came here, bought a home in 1993 in Chula Vista. Now his parents passed, he inherited that home, and he's been living here for 4 years, and they go up every Christmas for a little while. And they're really nice people. You're going to meet a lot of really nice people, and I'm going to tell you about that realtor. This is how cool that guy is. Now, when I came here in 2019, I could have bought a car. I had the funds, and to buy a car. I waited for 2 years before I bought a car. I felt really comfortable taking the buses. A lot of people do. You'd be surprised. There are a lot of people who can afford cars but take the buses. Some of them buy cars like me. I bought a car after being here a couple of years. I thought maybe I should have bought a car or got a car after I first came here, or after my first snowbird season, but I didn't. I waited a little while. And it's really good to have a car. Now, first I want to get into telling you about this realtor. And this realtor, before I had a car, every time he'd see me at the bus stop, the realtor I'm talking about from Sarnia, he used to stop and ask me if I wanted a ride. Now, he used to run a nightclub here in San Antonio. A few years ago, there was a nightclub, it's called the Spotlight Club, and he didn't own it. I don't think he owned it. I think he was managing it for another company or something. But he used to book some excellent acts from Canada, musical acts, different types of, I mean, it seems some type of theater type of thing, but he would bring in acts from Guadalajara, musical acts. He'd bring in musical acts for solo artists from Canada, award-winning artists. So he was really connected, and there were some good shows. As a matter of fact, in 2019, there's a Queen tribute band. They used to play here. They played at the Lake Chapala Society, but the first time I saw them was at the Spotlight Club when he was managing it. I took some short videos. I had put them up on this channel, and they were, that was before I even started YouTube. I didn't even have any inclinations to start a YouTube channel then, but he's such a nice guy, and I haven't seen him in 2 years, so what I think I'm going to do is maybe going to his office and maybe visit him. I remember he moved from one real estate office to another one, so really nice man. You're going to meet a lot of nice people here. Come to the Plaza and sit in the Plaza. You'll meet people. When you first get here, this is the place to come. Of course, I always say go to Lake Chapala Society and the American Legion Post 7, but right away get over here. You're going to meet people that have been here for a lot of years, and they can help you learn how to, be more comfortable here, because they've been here for a long time. They know the Lake Chapala area. They know these towns. They know a lot of different things, and they can help you move along and give you a smoother ride. They'll give you information you wouldn't believe it, and you'll make some really good friends. I saw the coffee club still going Monday. I was here last Monday. I was a little tired. I walked by, but it's changed quite a bit. People who are going, and still cool. You can come by here. We had 3 years ago, me and two friends of mine, married couple. They've been in a lot of these videos, but after I met them, we started a thing called the Coffee Club, and we would just do different things to, well, we got involved in quite a bit of projects that were helping the Mexican residents. I'll go into that in another video, but you know, through them, I got into volunteering with them, becoming a volunteer, and I've had good friends. They've been my good friends for quite some time. Now, they're back in the Lake Chapala area, so I saw, let's see, I've been seeing a lot of good people I know, and it's a wonderful place. It's just great. I saw a lady out here earlier today, 79 years old, had an e-bike trike. 79 years old. And I told her I have a friend, Norm, he's up in the States now. He was 80 years old and he got a trike e-bike. He used to live in West Ajijic. He was renting a beautiful, beautiful condo there. Then he moved to Ramirez del Pilar, which he had another beautiful place where he used to take his e-bike and just drive it along the carretera and bring it every year in the Ajijic Plaza. I did an interview with him. And those e-bikes are cool. Get out there, but wear a helmet. You know, I would suggest wearing a helmet if you're doing those e-bikes. I think I should be wearing a helmet. I do when I'm up in the States on my bike, on my manual bike. I wear a helmet. I've been showing you a few videos, but over here I haven't been using a helmet, so I think it'd be good to use a helmet. Pretty good to use that. So what else do I want to say? Of course, there's 3 budget hotels: the Ajijic Hotel, the La Estancia Hotel, and also the Atala Hotel over here. Good budget hotels. Some of the viewers of this channel go to those hotels. They tell me they really enjoyed it. I recommend those hotels for those who are coming on a budget. Now, it's not going to be your luxury comfort, but I'm going to tell you, I stayed at the La Estancia Hotel one night. It was a great stay. I really enjoyed the stay, but I usually stay in what's called affordable luxury hotels, and I've done that quite a bit over in this area back here in Ajijic, and also a little bit up a ways, the Casa de Abuela Hotel, which I really recommend contacting. Go to their website for the Casa de Abuela Hotel. You got a swimming pool. You come down here, you rent a car and you want to get around. They have parking on the premises. Parking there, so you won't have to park your car 3-4 blocks. Wind up parking 3-4 blocks down the street, or park on some narrow little street with cobblestones, and it'll be a lot more convenient. And they have great breakfast, great coffee, and really good breakfast there. I stayed there my last month of my first snowbird season a few years ago. My first snowbird season was 2019 to 2020, which the last month in February I spent the whole month, and that's a hotel. It's got pool, jacuzzi, really beautiful, and the views are spectacular there. So great place. There's also some good budget hotels. Affordable luxury hotels in Ajijic and Chapala too. So, you know, go to your websites and check out hotels and see what you like to do, because there are, once again, some good affordable luxury hotels. And then you might want to find some that are even more expensive, so you can find those too. But it's a good place. So rent a car if you come down here. Go to a hotel that has a place, you can park, because on-street parking, if you're renting a car, I'm gonna tell you, when these streets get busy, you know, and you you're out for a while, you try to get back, you go to your hotel, you'll find out, you'll park, you might not find parking for 3 or 4 blocks. And there's nothing wrong with walking, but what you could do is drop off your, whatever it is, your groceries or whatever you're buying, different things, drop it off at the hotel and then find a parking space. But yeah, parking can be pretty tough in some of these towns. But I have put up videos. I have my pulse on where you can park. I know all the towns, all the neighborhoods, going from Acotepec to Chapala and beyond. And I know about parking here, so I know a few tricks how you can find parking or different ways and spots. I've been coming to these towns, all these towns, since 2019, before I had a car. But since I had a car, I started being more in, what was it, about 2 years, a little more than 2 years ago, I started looking for more, getting more in tune to where I can park and where the best parking places are, because these towns get pretty busy. But enough of parking. What else do I want to say? Oh yeah, the Casa de Abuela, if I didn't say it. Great breakfast and great coffee. And that's pretty good. And just looking around, there's not a lot of expats out here right now. As a matter of fact, I don't see any, but that's okay. A lot of them get to bed early, or they come here in the morning. So if you want to come and meet expats here, come here usually in the morning around 8:30 to 12:30. There is a lot of them here. They're at another coffee shop right around the corner. They'll be at another coffee shop, or they'll be at the restaurant across the way, or the restaurant behind. So you're going to meet a lot of great Mexican locals. They can also help you with your smooth landing here. You can meet the expats. They'll help you with your smooth landing. Also, a lot of Mexican residents will help you and tell you where things are, how to get around here, pretty much, in addition to whoever you're talking to. I always suggest getting around people that have been here for quite a few years or been here for a few years, because they know the ropes here. It takes some time, but you're going to enjoy it here, and you'll really enjoy it from the very start. I'm telling you, I always love being here, no matter what town I'm in the Lake Chapala area. There's a lot of good hotels in Chapala I've been to too. I like to go to hotels when I can that have swimming pools. So you'll find hotels with pools. There is one hotel I made a video at in Chapala a while back ago, and it was in December, but the pool was heated. So you have to ask people, if you're going to a hotel, ask them if the pool is heated. There is one that I remember in Chapala, I did a video on it, and it was warm. But the thing is, it was December. If you stay in it for too long, till later in the afternoon or early evening, it starts getting cold. So when you get out of the pool, you better have a couple towels to wrap up in and go right to your room, because you'll start feeling cold. But you will find, I know at least one place where you can get in the pool, very warm, good temperatures. So many things to do. I can tell you, you'll never get bored here. Get into volunteering after you've been here for a while. You might want to volunteer, do some things like that, or get involved with different organizations and clubs. You can join Lake Chapala, or become a member of the Lake Chapala Society or the American Legion, or both. That's what I did when I first come down here in 2019. First thing I did, went to the American Legion, and also I think I went to the Lake Chapala Society first, because I was living on Constitution. So I did go to the Lake Chapala Society first. Then the following day, I got a membership there. Then I went and got a membership at the American Legion Post 7, and really, really inexpensive. I mean, you don't have to get memberships to you go on the premises and use their facilities and things like that. You know, you can get a membership or not get a membership. You're always welcome. But I've had memberships since 2019 to both places. I had to renew my membership when I came back here to the, it was time to get it renewed at the American Legion because I renew at different times. But so I did that. But you can hear a lot of noises, pop, pop, pops. Those are kids. They're having a lot of fun playing with these little things that go on the ground. I forgot what you call them, but they're having fun. There's a lot of families out here, a lot of people out here, really nice people. I'm going to end this video. I'm just going to say I'm feeling a lot better this morning. I'm telling you, I think I had Montezuma's revenge. And, you know, and whoa, for a couple of days there, and I really was worried when I hit 89 or over 60, and I'm recording my blood pressure and taking it regularly, but my blood pressure's gotten better again. I don't feel as faint. I got a little more energy. I feel better, and I think I'm gonna go have dinner somewhere I know close by, and they might have will have music also, so that's where I'm going to go. If you want to come down here, I can give you a lot of information where you can find, if you want to find realtors. I haven't bought a home here, but I know a lot of realtors. I'll just show you where to go, tell you, hey, go down here. You go right down Cologne. There's tons of realtors. Go right down here. I call it Realtors Row. There's a realtor on Ocampo. There's realtors in San Antonio, right by the hospital. You go beyond the hospital, there's realtors in Chapala. Look at the websites if you're thinking about buying a home or even getting a rental. Look at the realtors' websites. You can just Google in Ajijic Realtors or Chapala Realtors. You'll pull up a bunch and sift through them and look through them and see what you can find. And then get down here. If you want to visit a realtor, talk about getting a rental and things, you got someone you're at least a little bit familiar with what's going on here. I used to do where I lived, like for instance, I didn't get an apartment. I always get my apartments usually. I have used a realtor getting a couple apartments, but it's word of mouth. And you'll hear on one of the major relocation channels in Mexico, that person will even tell you word of mouth. So you go around, you might see signs. You can do that. Go around, take down information off the rental signs, or you could just meet people, meet Mexican locals, ask them, meet expats. How I found La Floresta, word of mouth. A lady told me she had just slept there, but there was some openings there. She told me it had a pool, it's a beautiful place, things like that. I was staying in an affordable luxury hotel, another one, but that one didn't have a pool. I was staying there for 10 days, and I finally said, hey, enough of paying these high prices for these hotels. Go right away over there and see that apartment. And it worked out. I was there for 2.5 years. But I did move around a little bit to Chapala. I've been to Airbnbs and hotels, both in Ajijic and Chapala, as well as I've been in Airbnbs in Jocotepec, and one in El Chante. So, yeah, Airbnbs are good. And, get your information. Go on the websites and look around. Do some research. Do your research and get an idea, But I didn't come through YouTube to Mexico, You have a lot of, I didn't really know much about you. Honestly, I'll tell you how I got here. It was with a couple friends of mine in Cuernavaca back in 2018. Then I came and here comes guys play guitar, and so you got entertainment here. But what I did is I wind up going to San Miguel de Allende, and then I looked up a realtor, and a lady took me to 3 different apartments or she said she was going to take me to 3, show me 3, but the first one I saw I took. I just loved it. And I stayed there for 6 months. But when I came here, I found out about word of mouth, and then another time talking. I talked to a construction worker. He was working on an apartment building and wasn't finished. He took me and showed me where to get an apartment. So you'll meet people. I met a friend who had a friend, and that was in Riberas, Del Pilar, and they had a nice room in a big home. And I was staying there about 6 weeks. I think I spent my first time I came down here. I did Airbnb right on Constitution. And, yeah, so that's where I was. And then I moved on and started getting apartments and stuff. But there's a lot of good places here. This video is going kind of long. I'm going to say thanks for viewing. If you viewed this video in its entirety, thank you. Even if you didn't view it in its entirety, I hope it wasn't boring. I hope you got some information out of this. I've been getting some good comments in the comment section, and I'm going to talk more about that. And you can look into the comment section, and you'll be able to tell. I've been getting some pretty good comments. I might make an entire video talking about how this channel has reached other people. And I think I'll do that at some point. But I want to say thanks for viewing. Tap on the notification bell. You'll be notified of upcoming videos. This guy's playing guitar. These kids are having a good time. And I got to go get something to eat. I'm going to go to a place on Sunday night where there is music. So thanks for viewing. I'm going to go out and enjoy myself. Have a great night. Buenas noches. And hasta luego.